Junkie Junction, you get your fix. At the Junkie Junction, you can find your bag of tricks. At the Junkie Junction, when you found a new way of life. Risk it all just for magic pills. Lawman said to shoot to kill. Well, it's not my fate, it's not your fault.
Hey guys, happy Friday.
Hello, gang. How is everyone today?
Hope everybody's doing good. We're doing good here. A little bit of a cold, but other than that, we're doing pretty good. If you are just viewing this for the first time, this is a recovery chat program, and we just sit back and we talk about recovery. And, whether you're a family member, whether you're a friend, whether you're a relative, whether you're a spouse, anything that's been on your mind or anything that you've been struggling with, we're here to share our experience. We are not in recovery ourselves. We are the parents of a loved one. We're a niece, a father, a daughter, and, we've dealt with addiction through our whole lives. So, that's what we're here for, to share our experience. And if you are able to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And if you are unable to do that but want to talk to us, you could give us a call at 267-737-8031. So, what is everybody up to? Is anybody struggling today? If you are, pop it into the comments or message on 267-737-8031 also. And I will keep an eye on the messages. Just waiting for a few people to pop on. We have Eric in the house. Hola, Eric. My man, Eric. waiting, and we have our guest speaker tonight, which is Lane.
There's no shaking him, man. There's no shaking
No.
him. He sees his head down there. He's got to be out.
He's got to be out in the studio. But the weather's actually been pretty nice, except for some rain. I'm not real happy with the rain, but I'll take it with the heat anytime. Not looking forward to winter. It doesn't look like we're going to have a big winter again this year, which I'm completely
Last
okay
winter was
with.
delightful. Mm-hmm. I think we had a dusting. That was it of snow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I got some news here. Somebody sent me something to look into this morning. I'm going to wait till we got a couple more viewers. There's a new nasal spray. I love this talk about it twice. It's called Opvee, O-P-V-E-E, Opvee. It is a Nalmefene is the name. It's put out. Oh, you probably hear me better now. They put this out to help battle these synthetic opioids, being mainly fentanyl. This reversal spray, like naloxone or Narcan, whatever it's called, has been reformulated and formulated like to react better with fentanyl. It has a longer half-life than Narcan. I mean, I just started reading about it. I think it gives
that-
like up to 10 hours almost.
Oh, is that from Marge?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And yeah, it's really good. And like I said, it's formulated more to react with fentanyl, but it's got some criticism though, because it puts you into a longer precipitated withdrawal. That's the problem, because it's unlike Narcan, man. It lasts like an hour maybe or so. It buys you time just to keep the people breathing, get them, to a hospital or in an ambulance. This lasts longer, which I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, they need something better to combat this fentanyl, but if people are going to be trying to use overdose, I mean, and it's going to be hard because this stuff lasts a long time. They're going to have so much in their system. When it does wear off, oh, God help them, and I hope they're in a hospital.
Yeah.
So I don't
That's
know a
gonna
lot
be
about it. I
scary.
just started skirting around the internet looking at it. The FDA just approved it recently. And that's all I know about for now. I got to dig into it some more. Somebody just sent me a text at like 7 o'clock this morning, and I was getting ready to work, and I looked at it real quick. I promise to get you more information on that.
Yes, and just want to say our prayers are out for a friend of ours, Marge. We're thinking of you and glad everything's going okay.
I don't
And
know if you can see that.
there
So
it is.
it looks just like a Narcan dispenser, but you can see the name of it all. If it focuses long enough for you guys.
So I wanted to touch on something because it's been in the news an awful lot lately, and I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what would be the best thing or the worst thing.
Why don't you remind me to turn that down?
But it is the harm reduction. And I think anything that we could get to try and help them, at least cut back until they're ready to be put into, recovery, I think is amazing. I'm not sure, what's going to help out there. Everybody's really big on these injection sites. I myself don't know if that's the way to go. I think I have the solution, but of course I don't have the money. And
I had a conversation about that with that woman at that thing we were at the other day. I asked her, what's your true personal feelings about safe injection sites? Mm-hmm. And it was funny. I kind of caught her off guard. I got my own thoughts about it. I mean, it's good to one extent, but I know people that are really using really hardcore. I mean, they're dosing every 1 hour, 2 hours, several times a day. I do not see them taking a trip back to the safe injection site every hour, every 2 hours to use. It's not going to happen.
No.
And they might stop in once a week, get some clean needles or something, doesn't it? But
And these lawsuits with big pharma, that is one of the things that I say will help each.
even Rite Aid is taking a hit because of the opioid epidemic. Rite Aid is filing for bankruptcy. I've been hearing all week they're closing a bunch of stores. They're tanking. They're going, and part of the problem, theft and the hits they take it because of the opioid epidemic. Apparently, I guess they were involved. I guess they were prescribing an awful lot of them, or filling the prescriptions, should I say? Mm-hmm. So I can look into that some more. It's the first I heard that. Rite Aid is on the chopping block for that.
I'm sure everybody is, because that's big pharma, that's big money, and that's not in their pockets anymore.
Everybody's making money, was making money off of it. Hand over fist, man. Woof.
And now the government's not making a kickback on it either. So where are their directions going? Let's support programs, medically assisted treatment programs, which is your methadone, your Suboxone, Sublocade. They're not doing the Vivitrol, but
too expensive.
Right. So they're still going to be getting a kickback by doing that, and that. I don't think that's a good.
If you're in the government insurance, been able to put you right on that first for anything. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're trying to save money. I mean, bottom line, and sometimes I'm not knocking that. Sometimes that's the only thing that works for people.
Exactly.
Methadone, this and that, but that shouldn't be your first recourse.
No.
I say it should be your last resort. I mean, just to keep you alive, to get you, sorted out and functional. But then I don't think you should be on methadone for 30 years either. And people are. And somebody called me on that on one of the sites. That's ridiculous. I never heard anything like that. Then the site exploded. Everybody knows people. And people say, I've been on at 25. What the hell are you talking about? Like, you never heard of it. So that woman did say another people on that trend. It was pretty funny. I felt bad for her. They bombarded her.
Yeah, and it's a shame. I don't know what the answer is. I think I know what it is, but I don't know the right people, and I don't have the money. I think Big Pharma should be taking all of these abandoned warehouses and turning them into holding stations, like to have them come in and be a place where that they could go. And I'm not going to say to use their drugs. I'm just saying where they could go to sleep, so that they have counselors or volunteers who have been there before and could talk to them while they're there having a hot meal or getting their wounds looked at.
Well, that's pretty much the premise of safe injection sites.
Yeah,
that's what they want to do.
And that's fine. But you're not injecting there. You're just there as a place to listen and hear your possibilities of going in and why they might want to look into that direction.
To put a facility like that, man, the insurance would be ridiculous.
But still, we have Big Pharma who has caused this.
No.
This is them. They have caused this
they're throwing
epidemic.
money at it and it's going to make it go away. I mean, they're going to say, okay, yeah, we'll pay this, that, and any other thing.
And then, the next stage of that, of course, is going into your...
Because now it's not even Big Pharma. It's China with fentanyl. So what are we going to do? Make China pay?
Anybody that's involved, yeah.
Good luck making China pay for anything.
I know.
They own us.
But it's
They
just...
own more property in the United States than people in the United States own in the United States.
Here we have... abandoned warehouses that could be utilized, and going into a detox center and rehab, the treatment process and the transitional living process that could be handled by the big pharma lawsuits. They're just putting money into these lawsuits, and nothing's being done with the money. Like, it's the same circle. It just keeps going round and round
Well,
and
they'll be
round.
using that money for other things.
Yeah, for all of,
Better schools.
for the you know, the, what is it, I can't even think, the office stuff, oh well, we have to print all of this literature, and
It's stationary and all the way.
yeah, the whole bullshit that goes along with it.
Language, family show.
Yes. And and I don't know. I'm all for, and I know that, just cutting back on your drugs is a good start. That they do say that is a process of recovery, as long as they are stepping back the amount that they're using every day. Whether you want to consider that recovery, that's recovery. Are you clean and sober? No, you're not. You are still affected by a substance. And then, hey John, hey Barb. And when you're going into the MAT program, hey, if that's what you need to, it is proven, and I don't know the numbers, but it is proven that a abstinence program has been the most successful program and the longest program for people to stay clean and sober. And if you can't, then see what's going on. See why you're not getting a grasp on that program. Is it the underlying conditions that you're dealing with, the underlying things that you've seen out on the street that have caused the PTSD and, the depression, the anxiety, just using alone causes?
Let me just clarify. We're not pushing abstinence over anything. I mean, whatever works for you. We're just saying what has the higher success rates. And as Lori says, and a program involving abstinence has the highest rate of success. It really does. But it's the hardest. It's hard.
It's not. It's an easy program that is the hardest to follow because, a lot of it has to do with the God factor, and people just don't know to take that God factor and turn it into the higher power or whatever you need to do. A lot of that. And a lot of people, I hear a lot of times people go into meetings like, I can't deal with these meetings. They're always telling us their war stories. And, I already lived those war stories. I don't need the war stories. I need help staying. And it's just like, some of those war stories are what can help the next person stay connected to that 12-step program. They don't feel like anybody's lived the story that they've lived. And when you hear a war story and you hear that they're doing well, they have a job, they got a house back, they're, have kids and family and living a clean and happy life again, that's when it connects. That's when it's there. And, a lot of it has to do with raising your hand and saying, hey,
hey,
I'm here. This is, what I need to talk about, and how can I get to where I need to be. People just kind of feel weird about asking for a sponsor. Just reach out and ask. You don't even have to keep them as a sponsor, but at least get a temporary sponsor until you find somebody that you feel will help you click.
But can I just add something there? And especially with our younger people, they're lacking social skills now because of, social media and such and all. They're not good with one-on-one social skills with other people, so it makes them even more uncomfortable, to go into these meetings and actually have to open up about something and talk to people. It's very hard for the younger generation right now. Boy, I'm old. I never thought I'd be saying the younger generation, huh?
Yeah.
But they are. I mean, they lack the social skills so they would tend to steer away from that type of a situation.
And you know, like so many people out there, as a matter of fact, just don't want to get involved, the family part of it. And that's like a big, major thing with recovery, having the family involved. And I was just at an event not too long ago, and somebody came up to my table, and I was telling them about our show, and you know what got me to where I am today, and it was just crazy because they were like, "Oh, the parents, they don't understand. They're stupid. They don't even need to get bothered by this." And I'm like, that's what's happening. You know, I mean, a lot of it has to do with they've been put through a lot and have witnessed a lot and seen a lot and may have had to make that choice to say, listen, you know, I can't do this anymore. I can't watch you kill yourself. So you have a choice to stay here, stay clean and sober, or you have a choice to go live the lifestyle that you've grown accustomed to. And you know, a lot of the choices out there are they go live the lifestyle that they've grown accustomed to. A lot of people don't stay out there that long. They don't like that lifestyle. Some people have grown to like that lifestyle. When you have people out there giving them everything that they need to keep them somewhat comfortable, why would they need to go home? So they're not staying in a nice bed with a nice pillow. They might be on a floor somewhere with bugs or whatever. But when you're high, who cares? You know, it's when you wake up and you need to get high again because you realize the lifestyle you're living. And
I'm so relieved. I thought that monitor was cracked. It's actually my forehead.
yeah,
I thought there was a crack in the monitor, and there it's on me. Jeez, imagine that.
But that's, you know, that's the thing. You know, we think that, you know, nobody loves us. You know, they threw us out. And they just don't realize they haven't been thrown out. They've been given choices. And that's the choice they chose for themselves. And, you know, us as family members have to live with that choice. You know, that's the hardest thing, to find that our loved one would much rather live in an abandoned building with bugs and all the stuff that is out there than staying comfy in their home, because they don't know how to live that way anymore. Is that Zombie Boy? But that's the, you know.
I think of a new word, a wordier word for being thrown out. You know, you've been. I'm gonna think of something. Everybody's got these catchier phrases that sound so much nicer. You've been systematically.
Well, it's
the word I'm looking
choices.
for. Extradited from the premises.
Yeah, and it's not. It's choices. It's. They didn't throw you out. They gave you a
I'm gonna write that
choice.
down. Systematically extricated.
They gave you a choice. They didn't throw you out. You had the choice. It's the choice that you chose that, you know, put you where you're at today. Either on the road to recovery and living the lifestyle that the household demands from you, or living the lifestyle outside of the home and getting yourself deeper and deeper and deeper into the throes of addiction.
Ah, there's that deeper word. And then what's that catchphrase you always hear? Till they hit rock bottom. Guess what? They always find that secret hatch at the bottom, and they're find a way to sink even lower in their addiction. That rock bottom. I mean, people are waiting for that rock bottom to take place, you know. And sometimes it doesn't, and it has a worse ending, you know.
Yes. Barb says relocated. A good word as well.
Systematically relocated from the premises.
Yeah.
I'll write that down.
And I'll
I like
tell
it.
you, when we would do outreach, they would, you know, like, when was the last time you called home? I haven't called home. They don't love me. They threw me out.
They don't want to hear from me.
I'm like, you would be surprised if you pick up a phone and call home how much they will love to hear from you. Because
You know,
that,
then they're on your phone for 10 minutes. You kind of move along with other people. Like, for somebody they want to talk to you, it's a very brisk conversation. And then you'll have the mother call you back because they got your phone number on your phone. Say, oh, I want to thank you so much for giving them that phone. I've been worried sick about me. I mean, they don't hate you as much as you think they do.
they don't. We love you. We just can't watch you killing yourselves. We've given you every opportunity to help you find that path. It's just a matter when you're ready to take that hand and follow the right path. And, you know, at the time, it may not be the right path for you. You're not ready. You're not done. So it's, you know, it's the hardest thing on the parent side because a lot of people don't realize what the parents go through, because you hear all the time, like, I'm only hurting myself. I'm not hurting anybody else. Like, this is my, you know, and most of the times they don't even like the word disease, because they were like, no, it was my choice. I chose to do this. Yeah, but you also chose to pick up, and your mind was saying, I won't be addicted because I'm smarter than that. It won't happen to me. And it does. And that's, you know, the hardest part on
I'll tell you what else is hard. The whole disease end of it. You have a hard time selling people on that aren't educated in addiction at all. They'll fight you tooth and nail on that whole disease thing. They really will. And I was one of them people one time, so I can't get angry at them, because before I was educated, I was the same way. I was maybe a hypocrite.
exactly.
But
Exactly.
after talking to hundreds of people and doing, I mean, it's clear to me now that this is a disease. Addiction is a disease. Nobody chooses addiction. Addiction chooses you.
Yes.
And once you come to realize that you are addicted, it's too late. There's no turning around. You gotta face it. It's not going to go away on its own.
It's not until you realize that, oh, this is something that I have no control over. It's going to take.
And people don't like to feel as though they're not in control. I mean, that's human nature. I mean, it's also it makes you feel very vulnerable to think that something, the substance, is going to take control over me. I'm not making my own decisions. That's crazy talk. Until it gets so bad, there's no more denying it. And like I said, that everybody goes through it. It's just part of this, the whole program, the whole cycle. I mean, you got to come to grips with your addiction, and then only you can decide to face it and try and tackle it. Nobody can make you. And once you take your addiction seriously and embrace your recovery, it's not going to work. You got to want it, and you got to put in the work. It works if you work it, like we tell you.
It does. It's crazy, and as you know how we feel about those slogans, how stupid and ridiculous that
I
they
got
were.
coffee cups all over the house with them. She makes now. She got this coffee cup maker thing. Slogans everywhere.
And they work. They really do.
There's one in the bathroom. There, the toothbrushes. Don't forget to wipe. I don't know what that one's all about. I guess that's for the kids.
Yeah. But that's the most important thing, is learning the slogans, learning what they're meaning, and when you're in a situation and you don't know what's going on with things, pulling that slogan out, like, okay, I remember that slogan that said this, that, or the other thing, and that really has some meaning to it. And when I first started with this, I was like, oh, please stop with the bullshit with the slogans. It's just garbage. And now I just live by it. It's absolutely what I live by. I think once you learn the meanings behind it is what gets you to where you need to be in your recovery and moving you forward or towards your recovery, because so many people will use those to help continue with their recovery. But
The viewership's getting up more and more. I mean, a lot of you folks that they're in long-term recovery and stuff. If you wouldn't mind just responding on the feed, how many years you are in recovery, just let people know. Mm-hmm. It was pretty neat. I know our last dance, we went around the room. I didn't. Our good friend of ours, John Crombar, did. And everybody put their, he was saying different years, this many years. I mean, like, oh man, there's like so many people, like 45 years. I mean, all the way down to yesterday. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, if you feel comfortable enough, you've been in long. I know a lot of you do. You've been in a long time. I mean, you can put on the feed. Let people know that it's possible. And I know so many people that have so many years under their belt. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, recovery is possible.
Yes. Eric says, I take one takes two, the three got me, powerless. Like, these are things that help people get through. You have it, Lara. I was worried about you. You're usually the first to show up.
Did you like my picture, Lara, that was sent to you? I was thinking of you, buddy. In fact, I got the card in my pocket. I think so. I do. I got your business card, Lara. Got your business card, big guy.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I can't believe you said that to me.
All I can think of Larry, and I'm like, look like a dork in the mall, taking a selfie in front of the Arthur Murray sign. People are looking. The people in Arthur Murray, they're looking at, who the hell is that guy?
Please tell me.
So then I had to explain myself that I wasn't a stalker. But I certainly don't look like a dancer.
He's not going to fit in any of our leotards.
I had to go in there and say, yeah, my granddaughter doesn't. Then they're like a used car salesman. When they finally got a granddaughter, oh my God, they're showing me videos and all. I'm just trying to explain why I was taking a picture, because they were like looking out like I was like the Antichrist or something. It was pretty
pedophile.
Funny. It was pretty funny. Yeah, we got this rather large gentleman out here.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pop in your recovery years. How long you been in there, and what you did to get where you are, because that's the most important thing is finding that right path for yourself, and follow it through, and getting involved with the organizations out there that are trying to make the change. There's so many people out there that have lost a loved one that has created some kind of an organization in their loved one's name to help those that are still stuck out there and still struggling. And I think it's beautiful to, keep your loved one's memory alive by helping the next person. And, Antichrist, that's my department. Barb, let me see, I gotta look over here, because 81 days, good for you, girl. You keep it going. And the most important thing is, when you're feeling weak and you're struggling, picking up that phone. There's nothing more important than getting a phone list and, confiding in people that have been where you are and can help you through that process, because so many people don't pick up that phone and they just keep, going further and further back. That's why I always say, when you're into the program, the biggest thing you could do is take that toolbox with you. So many people, pick and choose from that toolbox in the beginning, and the longer they're out, the longer they feel they don't need it anymore, and that's when things start to go awry. And
if you can't get old, nobody text Larry, text Fred. I mean, Larry will give you great advice, and he'll give you a recipe for a bundt cake too, maybe. But reach out, talk to people.
And that is the best thing you can do is talk to somebody that's been there, that's been through it, that has, not one time under their belt, maybe 4 recoveries under their belt, because relapse is part of it, because, you leave that toolbox behind and the relapse sets in. You're not pulling from those tools. Same with the MAT program, whether it's, the methadone or the Suboxone, way to go. If you're not going in and you're not talking to the counselors and you're not going to groups you know, you're just there, you know, just taking the steps, but not working the program.
And Larry, let me tell you, that Port Richmond Kabasi bundt cake was delicious. I was a little apprehensive at first, but Port Richmond Kabasi bundt cake,
Yes.
all
And
the rage.
just a reminder, November 18th is the Harvest Moon Dance. So if you don't have tickets, I will be at the next meeting at Livigrin. You could call me on the phone number there, 267-737-8031. Text me, and I will put tickets away for you. Thank you. I love bundt cake.
I live for sponsors. Wow, good for you, Art.
Michael Klamer, 29 years and 6 months. I keep
There's my
it
old
simple.
buddy. There's my old pal. He's
I
sandbagging
learned
out
to
there.
have fun without drinking. Awesome job, Michael.
You the man, Mike.
Awesome
And thanks
job.
for giving me that information the other week for that woman looking for a Christian-based recovery house or whatever was down in Delaware County. Mike was the guy to go to. I got on it, boom. He knew one immediately. You're the man, and I miss you, buddy.
And we have Eric, who outlived 4 great sponsors in this 32-year journey through sobriety. You keep going, Eric, because I'll tell you, you help a lot of people, and you have a great story, and you have great tools to share with people. And if you don't know them, just check them out on Facebook or pop your number in, Eric, so people can reach out to you if they're struggling. Eric is an awesome person to talk to when it comes to, you know, keeping where you need to be. He's just great. And Michael, if you ever want to come and hang out with us during
I
the
always
show.
thought it'd be so far away. And it gets done late. I go long haul from it. You know, they're going home at night. But you're always welcome. Like, you ever want to come on a show? You and your lovely wife.
Yes.
I mean, she can tell us about the bullshit you put her through. I mean, we've had couples on before. I mean,
Yeah.
but Mike's a great guy. He got some great stories. I always talk about you too, Mike. I always love when your wife said you'd come home with strangers on the holidays, like Thanksgiving, or all like you walk in the door, hey, set another plate. You met this guy. It's funny.
And if need be, I'll just sleep on the couch. You could sleep with Pappy if you can't make the ride home after the show.
Hey, I love you, brother, but I don't like you that much. I snore.
But yeah, just, you know, that would be awesome to have you on too. So I was saying we have the dance coming up November 18th, the Harvest Moon. It is our 3rd annual. And in February, we will have the next one.
She said we're coming to the dance.
Awesome.
Happy that he still brings strangers home.
Oh, that's awesome that you, and I don't know where you got your tickets from, but if you need them, I have them.
Well, come and meet you somewhere.
Yeah. I can also give you my Venmo or Kathy's Venmo and have the tickets at the door waiting. But yeah, we have the dance coming up. It's going to be a great time. It always is. It's one of our biggest dances, and it's where the dance process started. We have 3 a year, and we just want it to be about people in recovery, especially early recovery, getting out there and seeing that we can have a great time not drinking or drugging and have so much fun.
House. It's a packed house all the time.
It's always a packed house. It's really good. And it's at Georgine's and in Bristol. They have the best food. Their food is outstanding. I have not got the menu yet. We haven't had that meeting yet, but we will be getting there at that point soon. There will be 50/50s, there'll be a money tree, there'll be raffle baskets. If you want to donate a raffle basket, I will be offended. It could be a basket of your favorite things. It could be a service
I had
like
to go
nails,
talk to
hair.
Sasha, this guy I was talking to, Sasha from Arthur Murray.
There you
Maybe he
go.
wants to donate some dance
Dance
lessons.
lessons. Maybe you'll win that basket, Michael.
Sasha and Elena.
And
Like this 30-year-old Russian kid that's like a stick figure.
yeah,
Real handsome, but
or even gift cards, whatever you could do. We already had a few people donate, and I'm so grateful to them. Whatever we make over, the sales will go to people in early recovery. They're struggling when they come out of recovery, especially if it's a spouse. Getting back on their feet, they don't have a job. They still have to pay, mortgage, rent, and all that. And they don't have the money to get out there to enjoy and see what life has to offer in the sobriety world. We do have people that donate tickets for those that can't afford to come to the dance. That's what it's about, like showing. That's what this was all meant to be, showing people the fun in recovery. And it's a great time. We'll also have the Valentine's Day dance in February. I believe it's the 24th, but I'll let you know once we get that started. And the summer one is not planned yet, but it's still in the planning process. So who out there has more than 29 years? Well, what's Eric, 32 years and 29. Anybody can top that. Not that we have prizes for that, but
I might have a free dance lesson by next week. I gotta stop back up the mall. I'll work that guy. I'll work that guy a little more.
And so who out there is new can, if you hit the like and subscribe button, you can have access to the comments, whether you're on your phone, tablet, or computer. If you're watching from the TV, you don't have the access to comment, but if you turn your volume down and put it onto your phone, you could do it that way too, with your
And
laptop.
I always remind people we're not monetized, so when we ask you to hit, subscribe, we're not making a dime from it. We're just trying to get more people to build our viewership. That's all it's about. Like I said, we're not monetized, so
And just
we're not in it for the money.
right. I mean, and we're here. We've been here. This is our 133rd show, I believe. And, we're looking for topics. We're looking for anything that can, keep this fresh.
When I started this show, I had a 32 waist. Doing it all
Yeah.
the time. Sitting there in this chair. It's so funny. I'm still thinking of me and Mike. Me and Mike we used to do outreach with Angels in Motion, and him and his wife would join it. And me and Mike were like the biggest guys on the corner. We stuck out like a sore thumb, because everybody else was all like real thin and and homeless and all. And we're always with all these ladies. We'd go out with them. Not a lot of guys would do outreach, and Mike would come out. Everybody's looking like, who are these two guys? They look so out of place down there.
Yeah, because a lot of
We were
times,
too healthy looking.
yeah, a lot of times it's the mothers. The mothers are hit the worst with this, and I'm not saying fathers aren't affected by this. I'm just saying that the mothers, we're the ones like, oh my gosh, they don't have a pillow, they don't have a bed, they don't have clean clothes, they don't have clean underwear, are they starving? So the mothers, if you're looking at outreach, it's usually the women out there. It's usually the women that are in recovery and that are out there. But also, we think, oh my gosh, they don't have food, they don't have clothes, they don't have this, they don't have that. The corners are full of food, clothes, and HBA, and everything that they need. So don't let that, get in the way of your, standing true to your boundary of, this is your choice. And that's the hardest thing, especially if the worst happens and you've given them that choice.
I mean, we had regulars that would come to us when we did outreach, and I knew who they were and I knew their situation. I couldn't deny giving them anything, but they weren't in recovery. They were just kind of down on their luck. And one guy a little older on a fixed income, or the young guy had no money. They rent rooms down there. I know their whole story, how many kids they had, this and that, and they know everywhere to go. They get food and stuff. They'd stop by, see me for a coffee. I always had like the hottest coffee on the avenue. And, it's funny, they knew everywhere to go too. I mean, essentially they would go get 3 meals a day. They know you go to this church on this day, you go to this place on that day, blah, blah, blah. You knew where to get clothes.
This corner this day they have hoagies, this day they have a hot meal, this day they have Italian. Like, they know the corners to go to. They know who has the best
like a whole
clothes.
networking thing down there. I mean, I got like mixed emotions on that because like Lori said earlier, people don't want to leave.
They don't.
It's too comfortable, and they stay close to their source of what they need.
You coming up?
They start the encampments and on. It's a double-edged sword, It's great to be nice to people. You don't want to see people hungry. But, how much is too much? It's a hard call. I mean, people giving out tents and such. I mean, I don't know.
And that's important, and it's important for them to be as comfortable as they can. But when we make them too comfortable, why will they want to leave?
They don't.
They don't. They're going to stay.
People
They're
down there for years and years. It goes on.
And
the vicious cycle.
And I'm the first person to say, "Oh no, I have to be there. I have to be there, and I have to give them clothes. I have to give them foods." Well, you'd have to sit on a pop-up slab, and I don't know if he has room on that lap.
No, he's
with
too
his
squirmy.
belly.
He's too squirmy for me.
Can you keep this here? Can you say hello?
No.
No, you can't
When
say
are you
hello.
shy around a microphone?
But that's just my opinion. And I think when they came out with these, the people down there call them snack bags, but
They're blessing bags.
Well, there's blessing bags.
Oh, we
there's
call
hope
them.
bags. There's
They call them
every
snack bags. Got them snack bags.
every organization has their own name for
Love
them.
bags.
Yeah, and I think they were the biggest tool that they had, because it wasn't enough to, keep them comfortable for the week.
Right.
It was
a couple
just
of snacks,
enough.
a couple of little creature comforts, things you probably haven't in a
Right.
while. You're not going to spend your money on.
Right.
Granola bars, a juice box. I mean, they were simple. Some crackers and chip.
And that used to pull them in so that you could talk and
you could establish a little dialogue with them, and
Yeah.
they start talking, and then eventually they start gaining your trust a little bit.
And every week it's a little bit more, a little bit
And then
more.
they'd say you let them know if you make that decision to take that step to recovery, reach out to us. We will do whatever we got to do. We got connections. We're connected. We know a guy.
But then that's where we have to say, okay, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we can do. Get them to walk in. But now it's to the point where they have so many places that they could go for clothes. So many churches, so many outreaches that are there that do that, and just having the snack bag and not all the other stuff. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich is fine too, and a bottle of water is fine too. But when you start, we would go under the bridge and there'd be trays of food sitting there just wasted.
Spoiled because they have nowhere to keep it.
They have nowhere to keep it. They're too high to eat it. And, and I know it's all meant out of love. I know that that's what it's meant out of. And I know that that's why they want it. It's over there, silly. It's over there.
I brought it home a couple times. It was delicious. We all ate it.
I mean, I've made many a meals, to take down. And I don't want to pat on the back or anything. I just,
They love my wife's chili. I'll never get that chili. The guy goes, "Lady, this is the best chili I ever had."
and I don't do this to pat my back. I don't want anything. I did it just because I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what to do.
And that was just a once in a while thing. We went out with another organization, like once a month they would go down and we'd make a couple hot dishes,
Night,
some
Barb.
sodas.
Have a good night.
Good night, Barb. Good night, sweetie. Yeah, it was like once a month. That outfit we'd go out with. We go stand up front of the last stop down there in Kensington. They always walk in. And it was a lot of fun. It was very gratifying. But we weren't feeding them every day, you know what I mean? That was like a once a month thing. Just to establish some dialogue. They would look forward to that organization coming. The woman that ran it was pretty well known down there. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't Angels in Motion. It was another organization. And, I had a good time. I like great people. I mean, I still stay in touch with them. Like Mike Manny, once in a while we chat online. I mean, so many people we met down there. And I mean, it was, we had fun. We made it fun. It wasn't all doom and gloom. I mean, it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. That's why I'm always joking. I put a little levity in the show. I'm not sitting here to get you all depressed. And, I want you to be happy, and I want you to know that you can be happy, whether you're a family member or someone's themselves caught in a grasp of addiction. Happiness is out there and it's achievable. It is achievable. But you got to make that commitment.
He's our little clown.
He is
This one. He's a
look at
ham.
him. He is. And he's a flirt.
He's just looking at the wrong camera. That's
We
all.
went to his sister's dance class the other night. He flirted with every mother in that room. Every one of them. He had him over wrapped around his finger, like, "Oh, he's so cute." I'm like, "Oh, brother." Me and his father look at each other like, "Well, this kid's a schmoozer, man."
He is. So, please, if you're out there and you can, ask us some questions.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a lot planned for tonight. Lori's been sick for 2 days and this and that, so yeah, we're just looking for things to talk about. Good night, Barb. From Eric.
Oh, Barb's still hanging in there. Hi, cutie. Somebody said hi, cutie. Unless that was to Pappy. I'm not sure.
I doubt it.
Yeah, he's
she's
my
like-
little buddy.
I just say, "Good night, Chubby." Good night.
But, yeah, if anybody has something out there that,
Yeah, you
want
hear
us to
anything?
touch
Any
base?
news out there on the front? I'm always looking for good news. That's great. I got people text me when they hear something. That was a good friend of ours. I think Marge, I guess it was,
are you flirting?
that texted me this morning. I didn't see a name come up. But a lot of wacky stuff out there. There's even new synthetic opioids they're deriving out there. We got to worry about how to get the names of them, but it's amazing. It's always evolving. Especially the synthetic drug trade, it's absolutely frightening. I mean, and by changing one of their precursors or this and that, all of a sudden, it's not a drug until they reclassify that new one. It's such a game. And that's the deadly game.
Eric has a question for you, Lane. Lift your left arm. I think you pooped.
The question is, Lane.
Lift your left arm.
Well,
He might have to go in and see about a diaper there.
uh-oh. Is he
Love
loaded?
you, bud.
Is he loaded? Oh, there he goes. He's out of here.
Oh, his truck. Don't take us. Gosh, don't leave without zombie.
Man, it's hot in here. Mm-hmm. Leave that door open.
So,
Oh, close in
come
here.
on,
tonight.
Eric. Give me something to talk about. Give me something that you could help an early person in recovery. I know you have all kinds of stuff in your arsenal to help.
Oh, and our buddy Irving's out there sandbagging. We hope you're still on the mend and doing well.
He should be watching the show because he
yeah.
should not be
He
out
had some pretty
kayaking.
wacky surgery there the other week. I mean, he's hopefully in much better spirits.
Yes.
But he was hurting.
He was a hurting pup, but he's doing better, and that's what it's about. Every day healing. And a friend of mine just
And no, he's in recovery, and they had to give him painkillers to get through. It was pretty serious, and he was very upset. He did not want to go that route. And sometimes, you got to do what you got to do under a doctor's care, and he's had no problems. No problems like.
I'm coming.
All right, I had to run over to the mouse.
I have to find the mouse.
I don't know what she's looking at.
I'm trying to find the mouse.
Isn't it one of these things here?
No, it's over here.
The minute he walked out, well, hopefully you'll call back in 5 minutes.
Oh, I found you. Call back, Larry.
Was it Lar? Our engineer walked out for a minute, and we got a call. But anyway, thanks for calling.
Call us back, Larry. I got
Call us back, Lar.
I found the hand.
We're all set up there. She had her mouse here. She was trying to find out where the asterisk was up there. But anyway, yeah, if anybody got something they want to talk about, I mean, text in, call in, whatever.
Yes.
Like I said, we didn't have a lot planned on tonight. I didn't know what was going on. Lori
I'm dying.
was hurting, hurting for certain.
A friend of mine made me a cold and flu balm, they call it, and it's ginger and garlic and cayenne pepper and honey and lemon.
I had one of them. Oh my God, it almost killed me. I didn't know it was for the tub. And the glass
man.
fizzed all over. It was awful.
But I'll tell you, it really helped me. It really cleaned out my nasal passages. But don't wish this one on anybody. It sucks. But I'm feeling much better today. I just don't sound better. Okay, Larry, you could call back. There he is.
We're going to try this again. But anyway, please stay tuned.
Hello, caller.
Hey, did you find the hand or the ham? I didn't.
That would be the hand.
Okay. Well, maybe where do you store your food? A ham in a studio, it sounded kind of strange.
Yes. No. Eric wanted his
Okay.
tan.
Yeah, you're talking about like situations and subjects or whatever comes up. Well, here's something for the new people. When things are going pretty well, like during the day, that something happens, like at the spur of the moment, and you get that instant anger or instant disgust or instant disappointment, and how does one, over time work the way to overcome stuff like that? And last night was a prime example for me. I went to the Flyers. It was recovery night at the Flyers, and I got my corn. I got my picture taken on the ice. Everything was nice and all. I walk out, and I get my car, and I drive on 95, and don't I get a flat?
Oh, no.
And and I was on the driver's side, the rear, and I pulled over the shoulder, and I'm going like, it's dark out. I can't really change his tire because there's like 8,000 cars going by me at 60 and 70 miles an hour.
That's scary.
Yeah. So I had to ride on the flat. So I got home, and then I went to get the tire fixed. The tire's ruined. So now I'm going to have to, I called my cousin who works at a car dealership, and it's going to cost me like $130 plus labor for a decent tire. And the place I went to try to get it fixed, they said, "Oh yeah, I'll sell you a tire for $40." God knows what a $40 tire is going to be like.
Right.
But besides that, it's like the situation. Whereas years ago, I would have got so aggravated, so
Yeah, it would have been
so
a
mad,
tipping point.
so disgusted, and I'd be reaching for that bottle or that can. And just for the newbies, it's like just try to overlook it. If things get really bad, call somebody. read something or try to get one's mind off it. I mean, because this was like so typical for me. Like it would lead me right to a drink.
Right.
But I just put the spare on. We'll let it sit on the car, sit on the weekend for the weekend. Then Monday I'll go up after my in-person meeting Monday. I'll go and get it fixed and just overlook that stuff.
I see
Whereas
a lot of
before-
people asking on social media this morning, is Larry okay? I think we seen him on the side of the road last night. Probably like 20, 30
Yeah.
people said that.
Yeah. Well, at least I was standing this time on the side of the road.
Yeah. That's a true one, but
Yeah. At least, I didn't have my thumb out or it slung over.
yeah.
But it's stuff like that, I know disappointments. I was asked to speak Wednesday, so it's okay. I went to this meeting. Counting me, there were 4 people. People are like apologizing. Oh, I'm sorry. I said, hey, 4 people, 2 people, doesn't matter.
Right. One person.
They would seem more. They seem more aggravated than they thought I would be. But it's just stuff like that, little digs here and there that build up in me that will lead me right to a drink. And like the people early, try to overlook that thing. Go get help you need. Don't let it fester in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And I get 20% off dance lessons too. So that's just another thing. So
We have Charlie Who that is I'm looking for hope. What can you give him for hope?
for hope, hope. In the beginning, it's every person's own journey. One has to want this thing and then search for what works for them. That's the only hope I can give them. Go to meetings, talk to people, and find a niche. Find a meeting that you like or two, and stick with it. My sponsor said to me,
And Charlie's a female.
"Don't go."
Just add that
What's
there.
that?
Charlie just let us know that she's a female. So we.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Charlie. Well, it's the same thing. Okay.
Just set you
Sorry
straight.
about that, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. Oh God, that old tuna
Yeah,
commercial.
She needed
Sorry.
to hear that. And she,
Yeah. But the thing is,
nice.
find a meeting you like and stick with it. Bounce around at the beginning, find what you like, find people that you can associate with and talk to, and be determined. Me, I got knocked down the second time around. I get knocked down, get up, knocked down, get up. But the thing was, I stayed focused on what I needed to do. It's to stay sober and then not just sober, not drinking anymore, but having a life too. Get one's life together. So just, come to a meeting and go, if anywhere near Wednesday night, come to the family group meeting. There's
The voice of
there are family members who have loved ones and there's like me, I'm there. I had the one in recovery. I was the one in recovery. So, one can learn stuff. You can learn a lot from both sides. And if you go there, I could talk to you. I give you my number, or if you just want to chat, talk sobriety. Yeah, I'll talk to you blue in the face, because that's what worked for me, and that's what I try to relay to everybody else. And
Right.
work the program. Work it.
Yeah, it's a shame, Charlie. You typed in later this late in the show. Good, Barb would have loved to talk to you. Barb would tell you her journey, how she's gotten so many things back in her life, and how her life has become so much more manageable. To give you some hope, So I said, if you tune in next week, we'll try to put you two together. Get in touch with each other. And Horace, thank you very much for the kind words, Horace.
Now, Charlie, I see that you have posted on there that you lost your mother to cancer last week. And you're looking for hope. You're not feeling hopeful at this point. You feel like you're being punished. And are you in recovery from drugs or alcohol, or you're just looking for grief support? Because they do have a lot of grief support out there, and that could be very helpful to you. They also have a lot of grief support on if you follow Facebook. There's a lot of grief support out there as well that could be helpful to you.
You know, we don't know your story. And I'm sure you don't want to share it as of yet, but you know, we know a little bit more what your problem is. We know you're depressed, your mom and all, but we don't know. Do you have a substance use disorder, or without elaborating? Just so we know where to try and steer you.
And that is, and I'll tell you, this is a recovery show, and I know for me, I lost hope when I found out my loved one was having an issue with drugs and alcohol, and that was because so many of my friends had passed away years ago due to what was mixed with the drugs that they were taking, and you know, I had no hope. And when I started going to different events and listening to speakers that went through the same thing, I found the hope that I was looking for. And that was the most important thing to me, that I could find that hope and get strong and be able to do what I'm doing today.
And Charlie, you're not being punished. I mean, that's where we tend to go to looking for answers. I mean, bad things happen to people. I mean, you're not being punished by anyone, a higher power or anything. It's just, unfortunately, it's a sad part of life. I mean, we have to live life on life's terms, no matter how unfair it seems to us at times. And we know it hurts, and it really takes the fight out of you. And then depression takes over. Depression is a very, very powerful condition. I mean,
Right.
And I'm just
Yeah,
reading what
I
she
have
wrote
it.
on. Larry, believe it or not, as bubbly as he is, Larry battles depression.
Now here's Horace, who says, which God should I pick out of the 8,000 or so religions, or can I ascribe to them all just to be safe?
Good,
You don't have
good
to
question,
subscribe
Horace.
to any of them.
Because
I go to agnostic meetings, and there's no God. It's recovery without that spiritual, that religious end to it. But it's about recovery. It's about getting one's life. For me, it was getting one's life together. I go to tradition meetings too. So take what what works for me. But some people get they feel they have to have a God, or they're going to Charlie. They're being punished. Hey, life goes on. It's all part of life, If whatever gets you through your life, through your day. If it's a God, fine. If it's not a God, that's fine too. You have a life, You have to live it to for whatever's best for whatever works for you.
right, or Horace says he has picked Satan as his God, and
Well, hey, to each their own. Yeah.
Whatever works for Horace, whatever works for you.
yes,
We don't condone any platforms here. We're not a religious-based show. We don't mind talking about it to a small extent. We don't talk politics or religion because it never comes out positive.
my
Yeah,
uncle,
definitely.
my uncle always
I
said,
feel like I know Horace. I really do. Horace seems very familiar. Have we ever met Horace?
and my uncle always said, if I have to think of God as a doorknob at the moment I need help, that's who my God is. That's what recovery is about. Finding whatever keeps you in your recovery.
I take you're from the other side of the pond, Horace. I mean, I pick up on a couple words, crisps and mate, out there.
And Charlie Rue, why didn't God help? And the only thing I could say is he'll take you through whatever is next.
I know him. We met at the Pink Flamingo.
I know him. But
Great guy.
Charlie Rue, if that's
Had a lot of fun that night, Horace. I don't remember a lot of it.
but God will take you through it. It's just, there's a reason for everything. I believe in that. What that reason is and how he gets you through it is to be determined. You just have to look back at the life they had and remember the good memories.
I mean, when bad things happen to us, Charlie, we want to find someone to blame. I mean, that's human nature. I mean, we want to put the blame on somebody, you know, and it just to make it make sense to us, or to lessen the pain to us. I mean, it's just a human nature to do that. I don't know how religious of a person you are. If you're religious, you should talk to your pastor or priest or whatever about this. I mean, you know, God works in mysterious ways. I mean, I don't have an answer why he didn't answer your prayers or why this happened. But, I mean, everybody who loses someone very close to them, I mean, that's the first question in a lot of people's minds. Like, you know, God, why did you do this to me? But Charlie, it's a part of life. I mean, we don't live forever. I know you don't want to hear this. You know, there's a lot of sickness and this and that. And I don't think blaming God is the answer. You know, and we don't talk about religion on here. That's why I suggest you should talk to someone, you know, with there's a little more religious savvy than me. I mean, I'm religious to an extent. I'm not a very overly religious person, but I mean, I don't think this is the platform to give you the answers that you're seeking. I mean, anything we say, I don't think you're going to find plausible. So I would talk to someone who is religious, and they'll explain that to you, and maybe you'll get some comfort out of that. But, you know, I hope you stay tuned and tune in. And how did you find out about us? I'm just curious. Did you find us on YouTube, or did someone recommend us? I'm just curious. If you could let us know. But, what do you think there, honey?
All right, people, I'm going to go, and maybe somebody else will want to call. All right? You have a good night, everybody.
Thank you very much. I was reading Horace's. Horace has got a lot to say today. He's very nice.
Yes, you could start reading the comments. I think you'll know who Horace is.
Read the comments, Larry, when you hang up.
Larry, thanks for calling.
Okay.
And
No
I
problem.
hope people listen to his advice, because he's got excellent. And just before you go, try getting a AAA membership. That might be helpful.
Yeah, they
Just
give
I
it-
do have it.
They
I
get-
never crossed my mind. It's just frustration. I said,
Right,
the hell with
right.
it.
Yeah.
Driving home, it's 11 o'clock at night, you know, and it's like, I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, I hear you,
You
brother.
can probably get that senior discount now too on it. They probably
Yeah. Maybe a double senior.
A
Okay.
triple.
See ya.
All right, Larry.
Love
Thanks
you.
for calling, buddy.
Bye bye. Love you guys too.
Bye, man. It's our good friend and good friend of the show, Larry. Always
Yes.
got some good words to say. But I don't know. Dead air. Get dead air. Gotta come up with something to talk about. But Horace does like my hair. Thank you, Horace. I'm very fortunate to still have it at my age. Mysterious ways. I like your hair. I'm English. Okay. We should have won 1776. When we separated from the British, Horace got Horace a little sour on that there. Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, Horace. I mean,
Are you watching the comments?
I'm a pure blood Anglo-Saxon. There you go.
Yes.
And,
Angelo Saxon. Get over it, Horace. What's his
I got like a million things to say if Horace is who I think he is, but if he's not, I'm just taking the high road. Taking the high road. Sorry, Horace, I'm not laughing at you. But
Sorry, I'm answering
milk
messages
carton.
as
We
well.
got milk carton. I won't get over it. That was 30 years ago.
Jack Nicholson happens to be
Behind us.
my loved one's God. He loves Jack Nicholson. He
My son is a big fan of Jack Nicholson and The Shining.
and The Shining
He has a lot of Shining
stuff.
stuff, paraphernalia, pictures, and
Yes.
and carpets that look like, man. He you know he's read the book even. He's a good history buff on the movie. I mean, things you never even realize in the movie. You know, he's even got a Shining sleeve tattoo I mean, it goes all the bizarre. The Shining on one side and Clockwork Orange on the other side. But that's why Jack Nicholson's behind us. This is my son's music studio. He lets us do the show out of here, and he engineers the show for us. So, you know, it's a nice studio. It's pretty big, and lot of music made out here. A lot of music, all different genres. But that answers that. Let's see. They really like milk. Stanley Kerbeck. Yep. What's your net worth combined? Not a whole lot. Nah. Do you play? I do not. I'm a DJ. I play other people's music and profit from it. But my son does, you know, write and compose and mix and master music in the studio here a lot. But we're lucky we can squeeze in here on Friday nights. Yeah, the guitars, they're all the way around the room, the guitars. The whole room is surrounded by guitars. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know, probably over a dozen, maybe 15. You know, and there's another room in front of us. There's a live room. There's a full drum kit out there for drummers when they come in to be recorded. There's an isolation room to the side for singers.
I have a feeling Horace knows all about that, but that's just me.
No, that was not Horace.
Oh, is that
was
Charlie
Charlie.
Rue?
But there we go. I'm from Big Ben. Where are you from? Big Ben?
We're from Pennsylvania.
Millicort and I made some blubber chips. All right, they're piling on I accidentally ate them. It became an alien balloon. All right, the show's going off the rails. We got some people messing with us. Horse says, have you ever considered using your spectacular box cut head of hair to dice and slice finest succulent chicken meat? I know who this is now. All right. People,
I win. I got 3 jokers.
don't mess with me. Yeah, they're piling on. I guess definitely, Eric, definitely.
Definitely the Keystone State, and we're definitely not brotherly love.
We're in Pennsylvania. Yep. We got good food out here. We're right outside of Philadelphia. That type of thing. We like cheesesteak, scrapple, pork roll. Not Taylor ham, it's pork roll. That's what we're known for. But
No, Jersey's known for their Taylor ham.
we eat it here. Big thing. But I don't know. We got that air. I got derailed with the
Yeah,
with the comment.
So it's 10:15.
Thanks, Mike. I don't know what's going on. I think I know what's going on. But I can't pinpoint, but I think it's a very good friend of ours. Very involved in the recovery world out there.
What's brotherly love? It's definitely not Philadelphia. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it's an expression that was coined years ago in Philadelphia. I don't think it really fits the bill nowadays. But, you know, it's the city of brotherly love. Yeah, we're just outside the city limits. Just enough for my car insurance to be half. Living in Philly.
Yeah.
And my soda's cheaper. I got a big soda tax in Philadelphia. Everybody comes to my town, the border town here, to buy their soda.
You know what? If a man loves a man, more power to you. You know, whatever floats your boat. I don't really care if you fell in love with another man.
What's a brother? Milk corn. Oh, my God. You know, I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever floats your boat. I'm never. I don't.
I only draw the
judge.
line at bestiality. I don't see any reason for it. I can tell you, I did not approve of that, and I don't have the time of day for anybody that hurts children either.
No.
There's a special place in hell for them. But there's religion again. I'll have Larry call him back. But yeah, this conversation really went off the rails here.
Very much so. Yes, we are husband and wife. But I think you already know that. Just saying.
Yes, we are. We've been happily married. Just, what, 33 years?
33 years.
33 years, just the other week.
48 years together.
Been around. We've been together a long time. Since our wild and crazy days. I met her in a nightclub I worked at. And we're still together all these years later.
Yes.
Every day's a honeymoon.
Yes. Very much so.
I got 2 awesome grandchildren.
Amazing grandchildren.
Life is good. Life is good.
Yes. I knew I was going to marry him the minute I saw him.
Yeah. How did we meet? We met at a nightclub. I worked at a nightclub, and she was actually underage, and she would sneak into the nightclub
His humor.
and bribe all my doormen and let her and her sister in with food and stuff. And one thing led to another, and talking, and it was magical. It was magical. I don't know.
His humor.
Be honest though, like I mean, I've had a lot of fun. I worked at nightclubs for years, and we owned the people I worked for. We owned several clubs. Everything was free. I mean, everything, and it just got old. It really did. It got old. I mean, and I was lonely, even though I was with people every night. I mean, partying and this and that. But I was actually lonely, and we met, and she didn't see the relationship really going anywhere at first. Because I wasn't the boyfriend type.
You were a whore.
I didn't want to say it's a family show, but and so she moved back to California, and then I really realized how lonely I really was, and that was it New Year's Eve. I don't remember.
No, it was your birthday.
The one night not the night we met.
Oh.
The night I called you.
Oh, I don't know. I just know that.
Yeah, but she was in California. One night I called her. I said, you know what, man, I really miss you. I wish you were back here. And she found a way to get the money together, and I don't know, within a month she flew back out, and we've been together ever since.
Yep.
Ever since.
Ever since.
And I've had a good life. Really, I can't complain. I mean, we have a lot of fun together. Do a lot of things together. And that's that.
I don't know who this is, but it's getting strange.
I can take it. I can take this. I'm not uncomfortable. No, nothing kinky.
We're in love.
Although sometimes she doesn't make me put on an aircraft flight suit ever since watching Top Gun years ago. But the flight suit don't fit me anymore.
I noticed that myself, Larry.
I would parade around the house in my flight suit. That's about as kinky as it gets.
My favorite thing about him is his hair and his humor.
My hair. I do have nice hair. My grandfather died with a full head of hair. I hope I follow in his footsteps. And he died in peace in his sleep. The rest of the people in the car died screaming, but it was a long time ago.
You're an ass. Well, we only have a couple minutes left.
So this is the comedy portion of our show, apparently.
And Horace loves your hair.
Yeah, thank you, Horace. Thank you for the kind words.
This show has gone kabongs.
John, I don't know, John. Sometimes this happens. It just without warning. But
I just want to remind everybody: next Friday we will not be here, not because of this whole comment thing, but we have we're doing some self-care next Friday.
yeah, we have an event.
We have an
to
event.
attend. So we're gonna have to take a hiatus next Friday. But I've never lost for words. I don't know what to say. I don't want to say anything bad. But it's great, Horace. Boiled or boiled? Boiled every time, baby. Milk court.
No, I
Swingers
definitely
party.
do not do swingers.
What happened to the show? I don't know. Larry went off the rails. Swingers party. Oh, no way, man.
No,
Ooh, ooh.
no.
You know, that's some scary stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then I'd have to shave my back and shit, and I'm not getting involved. I'd have to manscape something terrible.
And that would take days.
I'm not about that.
My director's supposed to be helping us here. Watching these comments for these wackos out there.
I'm just not engaging.
The Grinch hijacked. Yes, Eric, we're hijacked. Throw your keys in the bowl, Betsy. Well, as you can see, we have a lot of friends out there.
Yes.
And sometime when their group meeting gets done early
Yeah, apparently.
and they drive by the house, they have a tendency to reach out to us. And I have a funny feeling that's who I'm talking about. But none of them pulled over to help Larry after the Flyers game last night, though. I just want to put that out there. They all drove
Yeah.
by him on the side of the road,
Mm-hmm.
standing there with his Ozzy shirt on and a jack.
Yes. The Aussie wearing a Flyers t-shirt.
They just zoomed right by him, the bastards. Jesus. Horace. Yeah, they were pulling the plugs.
So,
That's just terrible. I'm terrible.
so you know that we will not be here next Friday, but we will be here the following Friday. And if you are watching live, we'll be back here on November 3rd. We're doing something with the kids and the family, so like Betsy.
Some family bonding time. Don't ever read it anymore. But it's terrible. We're going to be censored.
Yes.
Be censored. Like the tile out my face.
We will be back on the 3rd. And if you want to send us some topics to
Yeah, really.
discuss.
People send us some topics, some things to hit on. I mean, it's hard to come up with new material all the time to cover. I mean, we don't
Please
want to
don't
become
go.
too redundant. And we just no, I think we're going to turn this into a comedy show. I think
Apparently.
we never get this many comments. Look at it. The screens are blowing up. I got monitors all around me here. And it's
And hopefully I'll have a better voice back, although I think this is an improvement from my actual regular voice. But again, remember we have the dance coming up November 18th. If you want to hang out with us, DJ Pappy P will be spinning the tunes. And it's a great time. So come on out and check us out.
what do you think with this flathead? I could be Herman Munster. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. And we have coming up next Wednesday the family group as well, 7 to 8:30 at Livigren and Ben Salem campus. We have next Tuesday. They have the meeting from Never Surrender Hope. Please check my page, Living Hopeful, on Facebook, and I will put the information there. Tuesdays and Thursdays, there's a family group at ProAct. Give them a call. Sign up for their family education. A great place to go for getting yourself well while your loved ones either still struggling or is in treatment or is in recovery. So definitely check those 3 out if you need help. Also, another great group to check into is Be Part of the Conversation. I always forget to mention them. Be Part of the Conversation. It's a really great group, and they're Upper Box, I think. I think they're in Hatboro. Is that Upper Box? It has to. I guess it'd have to be Upper Box. But you can find them on Facebook as well. That's be part of the conversation. And the partnership as well has great information too. Can you do an impression of the Grinch, please?
No. Rhymes with Pitler. He was right.
But I'm starting to feel real crappy, guys, so I'm gonna go.
And no way on that swinger stuff, man. I DJ'd a nude car show once, and I was very uncomfortable. I was afraid to go back the next year because I was afraid people would recognize me and try and hug me. So I never went back. It was very uncomfortable.
Yes.
I didn't even know where to put my ring or car keys. I mean, I had no pockets. I mean, it was very uncomfortable.
Yes. So everybody, remember, we're here almost every Friday night. We will not be here next Friday.
Almost, unless Lori has a grease band show to go to, or
Yes.
or something like that.
But that Pappy will be here. I won't.
Me and Larry will be here on them nights.
Yes. So everybody, have a great week, and I will see you on the 3rd. Everybody, take care, and remember, send me your topics. I'd love to hear what you want to talk about. So remember,
People, I was just reading. Remember, recovery works if you work it.
peace out, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys, man. This was a special moment this week. Guys, thank you so much, man. God bless.
We ride the night, blinded by the city light. I wish I could make it without you, my funky one. We met when I was 17, so young, tempted by the city scene. My innocence has been gone since then, I'm too far gone. Come on, 'cause I'm gonna go down, down to the Junkie Junction. You get your fix at the Junkie Junction. You can find your bag of tricks at the Junkie Junction. When you found a new way of life, risk it all just for magic.